Hi, I'm Tom King, and in this video, I want to share with you how to build a brand for your service company, and we're going to talk about it right now. Hey, if you've thought about starting your own business, chances are you had some thoughts about what you want it to look like. In this video, I want to talk about some of the things I've learned over the past 12 years building our multi-truck service company, our retail furniture store, and now relaunching a national cleaning chemical company. When it comes to building your brand, there are two areas that I believe you should start to think about and to develop. First of all, for a service company, your physical presence, and then your online presence. The first thing that you've got to talk about and think about when you're going to start a company is, what's your name going to be? Some things you should consider when picking your name is it memorable? Does it tell what you do? Can your customers refer to you in the short of it? Make sure you get your web domain right away once you choose that name, and you can register it with the state. I'll have some more about that later on. So now that you've got your name, we need to get a logo. So some things about logos is a logo needs to be clean. It needs to work on multiple mediums. And most graphic designers that I've met have no idea how to do a great logo because they don't think about the fact right there. I see people post all the time on forums, here are my two logos, which one do you like? And quite honestly, they're pretty crummy. You need to think about how this will look, not just on a piece of paper, but on your truck going 60 miles an hour down the interstate to someone traveling 60 miles an hour in the opposite direction. How does it look to the lady 5 houses down the street? You know, the Marge Simpson kind of lady that always is in everyone's business. How's it going to look embroidered on your shirts, your hats, your jackets? How's it going to look on your online presence? Instagram, Facebook? Most logos are just way too detailed. A logo isn't your vision statement. Make it simple. Look at national logos. They're simple, crisp, and they evoke emotion. The best logos are just the name and the font or typeface. A select few have an icon that will stand alone, and it doesn't need any words to tell the story. You just know, and you know it's important. So 5 things that I want you to think about when you're designing this logo. 1, keep it simple. Look at Nike. All you need is the swoosh, and you know. Give it a purpose. Look at Apple. The black apple silhouette says it all again. Make it timeless. Coke and Pepsi are good examples of that. And the Pepsi ball, all you need to do is see that, and you know it's Pepsi. Ensure that it's versatile. It's going to go on all the places that you're going to need it to go. And then make it memorable. If you're relaunching, ask yourself, how can you simplify your name? When we bought our rug gallery 6 years ago, it was the Rug Gallery of Zionsville. I walked in and found out that they sold broadloom carpet. I had lived in the town for 15 years, known the owner for a long period of time, and I never knew they sold carpet. I'd bought carpet twice and never knew I could buy it in town. So I immediately kind of adjusted the name to Rug Gallery Flooring to a little bit more reflect what had been going on there. Well, if you know anything about our rug gallery and what's happened to it, my wife got a hold of it, and she's turned it into Restoration Hardware. We sell everything, and it's just an amazing experience for people that are remodeling or decorating their home. And so when that began to happen, we had to come up with something different. So we chose the name RG Decor. I would have liked RG Home, but it was already taken, and I couldn't get all the social media and the domain names, so we went with Decor, and I think it pretty well reflects what we do. One of the fun things is when old customers come in and I meet them in the new showroom because we've grown quite a bit, they will sheepishly just ask me and say, hey, the RG stands for Rug Gallery, doesn't it? It's like it's some big secret. And that's super exciting that they feel connected to the past and a part of what our future is going to be. So you've chosen a name and you've got a logo. So now we need to look at color. Customers consider color to be the most important factor of whether they're going to buy a product or not. Color and logo design is integral in people making a decision to buy, and that can increase your brand recognition by up to 80%. First impressions of your brand is largely formed from about 62% to 90% depending on the customer. And think about all the famous logos. They have a couple things in common. For the most part, they're simple and they use the best colors in the right way. The most common colors used in the logos in the top 100 brands here in America, 33% of them use blue. So like think about Facebook and Twitter. 29% are red. Coke, Instagram's a good example of that. 28% black and gray. Nikon, Adidas. 13% are yellow. If you see that yellow arches, do I need to say McDonald's? If you see that yellow smile arrow, do I need to say Amazon? So the next thing that you need to think about is uniforms. Is how are you going to dress? I see many owners that have worked for others, and when they start their own business, they go, great, I can dress any way I want now. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. Nope, not true. In fact, I don't think you could be more wrong. How you dress makes a statement before you even open your mouth on the doorstep. Think about it. You go and ring the doorbell. That lady comes, she peers through the little eye hole and she sees you out there. She begins to crack the door open and there you stand. You haven't said anything yet. You haven't impressed her with what you know about how you're going to provide that service. She's just sizing you up by how you look. And I think most women are probably going, is this a creeper or is this somebody I can trust? And I realize in the beginning, you may not have a lot of money when you start out, but this is going to be a big part of whether you grow or not. You should pick a professional look. Get a nice, comfortable performance polo and some black or khaki pants or shorts if it's warm weather where you work. Whatever your logo color is, that should be your shirt color. And you should try to match those colors as close as possible. So you've got something to wear, now you got to find something to show up in. So what are your service trucks going to look like? This one takes some real thought because you're going to spend a lot of money on your trucks. You want all your trucks to remain the same as much as possible. So run Chevy Econolines, Ford Transits, Mercedes Sprinters, you choose. But the shape and the size of your vehicle has as much to do with your brand as what you're about to put on the outside of it. And so the question about what are you going to put on the outside of it is to wrap or not to wrap. You can either wrap or you can do spot graphics. And let me tell you, don't let some company that does wraps design your wrap. They're going to turn that thing into some NASCAR spectacle. They do it every time. I see it on the road day after day. Talk to your graphic designer. Keep your look congruent. Let the same person work through you with all this. So you're going to put something on the outside of that truck. The rule is 8 words or less on your truck. This is not a place to write your life's manifesto or list every handyman job you've ever done in your life. Key information that you're going to need is your logo, which probably is going to contain your name. Your phone number, your web address, Facebook or IG could also do well if that's an easier place for people to find you. And then I think you should list 2 to 4 of your main services. And your tagline might do this also. And then blow it up as big as you can so people can see it. No 2x2 magnets for $50 in the back corner on the white van. That's not getting you anything. You just wasted yourself a trip to the sign maker. So now that you've got all that stuff figured out, now we need to talk about you've got your physical presence, your online presence. Social media can get your name to more people than you realize today. And so you should get all your social media sites as quickly as possible so that people can put that together. If it's Simple Green or Green Forever or Forever Green, whatever the name of your company is, see if you can't get that on all your social media. And you need to go ahead and get it immediately and register it for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube. You may not start posting on these sites, but you want to have them locked up. Make sure all your social sites art is themed to match. Logo, color, and fonts. Use the same font on every single place, period. No exceptions. Website. Did you get your domain name as soon as you chose your name? I hope so. Many times, your main name is already taken as a domain. Say Evergreen Cleaning. As a backup, you might go for a second term attached to the domain, like evergreenindy.com or evergreentwincities.com. But you can be creative and get something that locally people are going to identify and try to keep that domain as short as possible. Don't make it 6, 7, 8 words. Nobody can spell that, and people are going to have trouble putting it into their browser and searching for you and finding you. Another thing that you need to set up is your Google business listing. This should be the first online site you set up. And don't go and do it until you watch video 3 on choosing a phone number. I messed this up early on for one of my companies, and we ended up having to change the phone number. And it's critical that you want to look like a national company and you want to have this be congruent. So that's all it is. You just need to do these few things and success is a lock. Nope, these are just the foundation of you being able to launch or relaunch and grow a healthy company. The bottom line is set yourself up to look again like a national company. We've not done everything right, but the one thing that helped us in the beginning and still today is these 2 comments we get from clients. We see your trucks all the time. And then they ask, how many of these are there? Meaning, are there other locations in other places? Are you a national franchise? Touchdown. In the beginning, when they used to ask us that, we only had 1 truck and I used to just laugh. But for whatever reason, whatever we did in the beginning, it worked. This is what we're going for, parity with the big brands. And then what really keeps those customers is delivering top-level service every day and connecting with them as people. So start working at making yourself look like a national company. Next time, we're going to talk about how to get organized to launch your service business. Check out the links below to be able to download your free branding checklist. I hope you found this helpful in starting your service company. If you've got any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments below. And if you like the content, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.